Yo, what's going on? It's Aviles here, and welcome to the Make Money Online Secrets podcast. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how I've been making consistent money during two life-changing events that happened to me in the past 2 weeks, and how the money just keeps coming in, and how I really can't stop it even if I tried. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Make Money Online Secrets podcast. This podcast is all about helping you learn how to make money online from your phone and from your home. Get my free training about the fastest and easiest way to make money online at thefreefunnel.com. That's thefreefunnel.com. But for now, let's get rolling with the show. So there's been a lot going on the past 2 weeks for me, which I'm going to get to in just a second. But you listen to this episode because you always want to hear about Make Money Online Secrets. And there's been two life-changing events where I basically stopped my business for the past 2 weeks, or not necessarily completely stopped, but essentially stopped working the business, except for maybe literally like 5 minutes a day here and there to just keep it flowing after some orders had come in, which I'll get to in a second. But I first want to share with you the life events that happened to me. And at the end, I'm going to share with you how I can help you kind of have with the systems I create, and which is the secret. I'm kind of giving it away ahead of time. It's by creating systems ahead of time that consistently work for me and for you, and how you're going to be able to get access to the system. But primarily, I want to share with you first what's been going on. And it all started about 2 weeks ago. So, well, it started a little before that, but if you're watching this video version of the podcast on YouTube, you see behind me a bunch of boxes. One of the life-changing events that happened to me is that I moved. So for the past month or so, we've been prepping for the move as far as, getting financing for our house and, closing and, all that kind of stuff that goes along with buying a house, getting documents together, doing inspections, all that fun stuff. So that's been going on, but that really is not what's really been taking up a lot of my time until recently. But really what happened about almost 2 weeks ago at the time of this recording is that my dog, Manny, we had to make the hardest decision of my life. My wife and I had to make the hardest decision of my life, and we had to put my dog to sleep. So he was 13 years old. He was diabetic. And he just started winding down, and he was 13 years old, and my wife and I got him when we were still dating. And it was back in 2007, February 2007 is when we got him, and we were dating. And, we were like, oh, let's get a dog. He was a little Yorkie. When we had that, he was a little Yorkie, and, he was like full of life, full of energy. Just like a ping pong ball as a puppy, just so completely playful. He was so energetic. And he was stubborn, and that's just how he was. But, not many people know this part, but what's special about him is when we got the dog, at the time I had been planning to propose to my girlfriend at the time. But when I first saw her with him and care for this little dog that he, just a little puppy. We had shipped him in from like Nebraska or something like that, from like a kennel there. And how she cared for him and all that, and just took care of this little scared puppy, and, just made him feel comfortable and everything. That really kind of helped confirm, like, yeah, that's definitely the woman I want to marry and, end up, being the mother of my kids. So Manny kind of helped start that. And a few months later, I did propose. Spoiler alert, she said yes. About a year or so later, we got married. He was with us through all these milestones. About a year later, we had our first daughter. A couple years later, we had my son. 2 years later, I had my daughter, my youngest daughter. So he's been with us through all these milestones in our lives, and including our decision to move from New Jersey to Florida, which is a decision, we made about 5 years ago or so at the time of this recording. It was one of those, what if we moved to Florida kind of things, because we would always vacation here. We love Disney World and all that. And, he was with us from the first house we had in a city called Vineland in New Jersey. Then we moved to a city called Pittsgrove, lived there for 8 years. Then we moved to my mom's for a few weeks, just in between houses. Then we moved to a city called Elmer in New Jersey. Rented there for a year after we had sold our house. And then we finally moved to Florida, a city called Windermere. And now we are settled in Winter Garden, Florida, which is in the Orlando area. We live like right on the outskirts of Orlando, and we live, about 10 minutes or so from Disney World, which was our dream. So that's kind of like our life timeline. But with Manny, he's been with us through all these moves, and he came with us to Florida and everything. He made it with us. And a few years ago, he got diabetic and he was kind of going blind, and he was just getting old. But as he gets older, we had 13 years from him, so our whole family loved him. He was a part of our family, and you don't really realize how important pets are until you lose one. Broke down way more than I thought I would, to be honest. I knew I would cry and everything, but I didn't realize how much I loved them, how much I would miss them and everything like that. But I had a sense of, so unfortunately he was getting sick. The last week leading up to that Saturday decision he was getting older. He wasn't eating as much. He was kind of like slowing down. You could just kind of tell he wasn't himself. We took him to the vet a couple times, and then he was having trouble with his legs walking. And then that Saturday morning, my wife woke me up and said he couldn't walk, that she put him down outside to go to the bathroom, and he just kind of collapsed his legs and rolled on his back. Right then I knew it was probably going to be that day that he was probably going to go. He was kind of been giving us all the signs, and that he was winding down. And he, we took him to the vet again. She was there with because I was home with the kids, and we were still kind of like almost packing. We're still figuring out moving and closing and all that kind of stuff. So, take him to the vet, and long story short, they said we could take him home, and he might suffer. He'll be in pain. He might pee and poop himself, that kind of things. And sometimes dogs don't really go in peace as you just wish. Like, I kind of wanted to bring him home, just let him go here. But the vet said, it's better to let him go peace. There's no pain, and he can go. And there was really nothing else we could do. So it was time. It was his time. God was calling him home, and we just had to accept that. So we had to make the hardest decision of our lives and, put him to sleep. And it was hard, and of course we cried, but in a poetic way, it was really beautiful because of the whole COVID stuff. We couldn't all go in there, but they brought him outside. We had our time with them. All 5 of us were there. He knew we all got to say our goodbyes, tell him we love him. And, I told him, go home to God when you're ready. And, then they kind of gave him the shot or whatever, and he just was gone. But it was peaceful. He was there. He knew we were with him. He knew we loved him, and we got to tell him that. So that pretty much took our, whole weekend was just grieving over that. And it was WrestleMania weekend, which is one of the best weekends of our lives. Now, I always try to look on the bright side of everything. WrestleMania I go to with my son every year for the past few years. This year, because of the whole Corona stuff, we did not go. We couldn't go because they didn't have it. Well, they didn't have it to the public. So we were home for that. We would have been in Tampa at this point. We would have had to come home and maybe have not made it to say our goodbyes and to be there for him. And my wife might have had to deal with all this by herself. So, I always believe everything happens for a reason, even, catastrophes like, pandemics and everything's going on. So we got to be there, and, that night we watched WrestleMania. It wasn't the same, but, we still made the best of it. And we took the weekend to grieve. And, so this being a Make Money Online Secrets podcast, I would get pings, notifications, and here and there, and it would say, a sale made, or someone join your team, or, that kind of stuff. And it did not matter at that point. Obviously, I was grieving, and it didn't matter. And I'm sharing that with you to get to the future of what's going on, because these are extreme situations, and I don't wish you or anyone to go through these extreme situations. They happen, they're part of life, a death and everything like that. So this isn't like a brag, I made money during my dog's death. I'm not that type of person. I'm here to share with you the reality of what's been going on in my life and everything. And then, so that was, a week. And again, in a poetic kind of way, he made it with us all the way to Florida at 13 years. And then after that, with him passing, we were basically forced to pretty much everything up because a little over a week later is when we closed. We had closed we were supposed to close that Friday. It had passed on a Saturday. We were supposed to close that Friday on our house. So we pretty much had, a few days to grieve, and then, okay, we have to pack. We had to move forward and move. We ended up closing on a Monday, got pushed back to Monday for closing. But then that whole weekend, so we almost had a week to grieve and then switch gears and just start packing and move forward and move on with our lives because we had to. So, pretty much all hours I wasn't working. We were, packing and of course we have 3 kids and we're also trying to homeschool and help them with all that throughout this whole thing. And then we finally close on Monday. We get our truck Sunday. We're loading up all day. Monday we close. We're moving Tuesday. We're moving Wednesday, and I'm recording this on a Thursday. And as you can see through my office again, if you're watching, that we're boxed up. Everything's boxed up here, and so we're still mid-move, and it's gonna take us a while. But now it's almost 2 weeks of my dog passing, and during the move. So my dad's helping us move and my wife's watching the kids and we're all boxing and moving boxes and this and that. And I'm getting ping, I'm getting calls. Someone joined your team. I'm getting this sale notification, that sale notification, ping, ping. And it's like, I haven't done anything. I've been grieving and then I've been moving. So the past 2 weeks have just taken up my life of barely doing anything in my business. And I'm going to get to that part in a second, which might be the main reason you're listening to this long. So I appreciate you going through and allowing me to kind of vent, not just vent my story, but share with you my story and, kind of have a little self-tribute for my dog Manny and helping me kind of cope with everything that's been going on. So now I still have a ton of packing to do, but I felt the need. I wanted to share with you this because, to be honest, my podcast and the video podcast and everything, this actually isn't what really makes me money most of the time. What makes me money is systems I set up and systems I create. And, YouTube videos that I make are passive. That's why I like, it's like, I might make a video a year ago and sometimes get a random person make a sale or join one of my businesses because of it, a video I made months ago or years ago. So yeah, I guess long term, but it's not like immediately. I feel this is more to go deeper with you as my audience. For those listening, I don't know what's going on in your life. Maybe this is something that might help you through your life. Right now with the pandemic is a tragedy, everything going on. People are losing jobs. So many millions of people are flying for unemployment. And it's just the world has, especially in the United States, has gone, shut down to a minimum. I'm very fortunate in my professional career that my work has actually gotten busier because of the industry. I'm in the healthcare industry. That's actually increased. So thankfully, my job has been steady and consistent. But also my business, which I do as a side business, has also boomed and increased. And the reason is because now more people than ever are searching and looking for ways to make money online, to work from home, to make extra money, to have a side hustle, to have all that kind of stuff. So I have more people now joining different businesses and more people already in businesses, but buying traffic and my solo ad traffic. And those are the sales that are being made. Now, when I make solo ad sales, there's a little work I need to do. Like I said, it takes me 5 minutes kind of to get some order processed, to email the client, let them know when their clicks are be coming. But it's just increased over the past week. And it could be a mix of things. Obviously the pandemic, more people are looking for ways they're investing. Stimulus checks just came out. I think today is the time of this recording. So now probably even the next few weeks, more people are going to be, all right, let me take a little chunk of that, and try to invest in a business to join to help grow, or let me now invest in some traffic to help grow. So in order to make money online, the shortcut is you send traffic to a system that sells for you and you get a commission. So that's what I build, I create. Now, one of them I created is one for a system, DDC. It's called a daily digital club. And with this one, it's one of the more recent ones at the time of this recording that I joined. I promote a lot of different things. I promote a lot of different systems. And I do the same thing myself. So not only create system, I also join other systems. So I will send my own traffic to these systems. And when the leads are captured, these people follow up with the leads. They market to them. They sell to them. And when they join, it's through my affiliate links, and that's how I get paid. So that's one, example. Now the one I created for this Daily Digital Club, this DDC, it's the same thing. People join the system DDC, and then when they join, then it's the option to buy traffic to send to the exact system that they use and created, so that I could do the selling for them and my system can do it. And I have like automated follow-up emails for you. So like they, when people opt in, your leads are hard coded with your links. So as I'm promoting and following up with these people via email, and they join, they think even if they join the quote unquote through me because of my quote unquote selling, you're the one who gets paid. You get the sales, you get the commissions. And then that lead goes to buy more traffic, or you buy more traffic. And then it's like a full cycle. So it's easy for you, the user, because you literally just invest in the system, invest in traffic, and then my system does the work. I then send my own traffic, the fresh traffic that comes in. I always give you my freshest because I have leads coming from various sources, different sources. And that's always the hardest part for people getting leads, because secret is get as many eyeballs on the presentation as you can. The more people you get, the more people will see it, the more people will eventually join and buy through you. And then when they join, you're the one who gets paid because the leads are hard coded to you, and you literally just invested some money and then you get the money out, and then it kind of continues growing because this is a recurring system. So you earn monthly after monthly after monthly recurring, and it pays you out 100% commissions, which I'm a big fan of, because why not let you make the most money you can when you can make 100% commission? So because of these systems, because of and also because I have some sales were from the systems that I send my own traffic to, that other people are doing the selling for me. Some sales were from my own system that I'm sending traffic to, that I'm doing selling for. And some are from people buying traffic. So I have a couple different sources that are coming in. But like what's benefit for you is the DDC system when you join. And if you're, sorry, I'm getting text messages. If you're listening on the podcast and you're interested in this, you can go to affiliatesecretsystem.com/DDC, like Daily Digital Club, DDC. And then you'll get to use the system for free if you do become a member. There will be a video there. There'll be a page, you put your email in, and then you get to watch a video which explains all the detail for you, and how the system works and how I do all the selling for you and all that fun stuff. And then if you're watching this on like YouTube or something, you can click the link below in the description if you're watching the video podcast. And I'll have the link there for you. But yeah, so that's the short of it. It's you and people, a lot of times they're afraid to invest in these kind of systems or whatever, or, how am I going to sell? I like to look at things as an investment, and how am I going to make the money back, or how fast can I make the money back? And a lot of other systems out there that do similar work, they're maybe only pay out 30% or like 50% commission. So you sometimes have to make like 2 or 3 sales before you even at a break even. And then at that point, you're going to then be in profit. But for some people, it's like they don't even know how to make one sale. How are they going to do that themselves? So that's why I create these systems where your first sale, you make all your money back. And at that point, you start to be in profit, and that's someone else selling for you. So that's why I build these systems, because I know what it's like to be new. I'm also still a customer of these type of things, because I send to other systems that sell for me and make me money. And I send to my own systems that I create that sell for me and make me money. And now, I can help others, and I have helped others. I've had a couple of people tell me they've made sales from my systems, and it's rewarding for me, because, money comes and goes. a lot of people can work for money and this and that. And when I'm able to help other people make money, I get more excited for that than when I do make a sale for myself. Yes, I'm happy to make a sale, of course, and I'm always appreciative of everything because of the work I put in for the last 5 years or so. But it's like, why now not help people and pay it forward? So that's what I've been able to do. And that's why I created the system. So as your last call to action, as I put this episode to the close, I think it's probably my longest podcast episode, but included a little tribute, included a little bit of what's going on, and to and give you a little future of what's going to happen. Well, in the next hopefully week or 2 or 3 or however long it takes me, once we got the whole house settled, you see these boxes, they'll be cleared out. I want to have my office set up. And I plan to be pumping out a lot of content, a lot more YouTube content, a lot of at least a weekly podcast. I'm thinking at least 2 YouTube episodes a week, if not more, maybe 2 podcast episodes a week. I might start out slow and scale, but I really want to keep consistent with an audience, because I know I do have a podcast audience, and I appreciate you guys for listening to these episodes. And I know I have a YouTube audience, and I appreciate you guys being subscribers of mine and everything. And if you're listening to both, please make sure to subscribe, leave reviews, comment, all that fun stuff, whatever helps other people find out what's going on in life. That will help them. It's a good way for you to pay it forward, because it helps with search ranking, all that fun stuff. It's all about engagement. So but yeah, so in the future, expect more content. Please allow me to have a few more weeks. I know I've been very inconsistent with the podcast, because like I said earlier, it's when your time is limited, when you work a full-time job. I have a wife, I have 3 kids, and I run an online business. And I like to enjoy Disney. I'm a big Disney fan. Can't right now, so especially while we're on lockdown for a while, I do want to be able to pump out more content for you guys. But even so, I do want to keep it consistent. And as we move forward and I get my office set up, the systems allow me to do more of this kind of fun stuff and produce more content, because I'm not building systems. I'm not focused on what I call the income producing activity. It's always do that first, and then if there's time, I'll record a podcast, or if there's time, I'll record a YouTube video. Excuse me. So now that systems are working, systems are created, and it's allowed me to, like I said, the past 2 weeks have 2 huge life-changing events, from the death of my dog and moving my family of 5, with just my dad, my wife, and I, moving everything for the whole family. It's been a lot going on, and business has continued and business has grown. And that's why I want to share that with you, the story, the reality of everything that's been going on, and what's real and what's possible. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little longer than normal. If you like these longer episodes, let me know. We'll spend more time together. Maybe I'll do some of that. If you have other topics you'd like to hear about, other Make Money Online secrets, I'll be glad to share them with you. And then, we'll keep rolling forward and give you guys the content you need to help you succeed, to help you make money, help you build that side hustle so that you can succeed with what's going on in your life. I wish you the best. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, especially with everything going on. And let's keep rolling and help you start making money from home so you can work from home and, just keep rolling. That's what we're doing. Helping each other out and paying it forward and moving it forward. So that's it for today, gang. I'll see you on the next one. And always remember, you're just one side hustle away. Take care. Thank you for listening. Be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review of this Make Money Online Secrets podcast. Also, get my free training about the fastest and easiest way to make money online at thefreefunnel.com. That's thefreefunnel.com. I'll see you on the inside. And always remember, you're just one side hustle away. Take care.